So yesterday we discussed constructors and two types of constructors. Constructors are used to initialize the state of the object, and the two types of constructors are zero args constructor and parameterized constructor. And now we will look into overloading concept. Let me show my screen. Yes, I believe my screen is visible to you now. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Right. So we will get into overloading concept now. So overloading concept can be applied to constructors and methods. So here, if you observe in our previous sample, we have written two constructors in the same class. Let me open these two things. So writing two constructors, that is parameterized as well as zero args together in one class is known as overloading concept. So here in yesterday's session, by knowingly or unknowingly, we have already implemented this overloading concept. I will apply this overloading concept to methods and you can understand it more easily. So let me go back here. So here, how we are going to achieve overloading and what is the purpose of overloading. So before getting into how we are achieving this overloading, so let me explain you why overloading is necessary. So overloading is something like when you apply to method, so writing the same method name in a class, generally if you are writing the same method name in a class, JVM will complain that there is a duplicate method with the same name. So you need to tell JVM that I need this method and the duplicacy can be removed by making some changes to these methods, and we will see what those changes to those methods. So here allowing the name of the method, that is title of the method, similar in the same class will help programmer to reduce the burden of memorizing multiple method names. So instead, he can remember only one method name. So I'll show you by example so that you can understand easily. So here what I'll do is, let me write a program. Now what I'll do is, I'll start using Eclipse. So Eclipse is somewhere located. Let me show you where it is. So here you can see. You can download Eclipse onto your machine. It is a zip version. You can open that, and in Eclipse you can see a folder by the name Eclipse. So this is the complete zip file where you need to unzip, and if you open this there will be an application with the name Eclipse. You need to open this Eclipse. So I already have this Eclipse in my shortcuts here in my start menu. So it's Juno version. So Juno is the latest version. So it will launch workspace here. So by default it chooses one folder. If you want, you can create a new folder also. So here I am using the default workspace provided by the Eclipse and press OK. This Eclipse software is freely available on internet. You can directly download. You can choose Eclipse for Java EE development, Enterprise Edition development. And this Eclipse is an open source product which is freely available and you don't need to pay. And this is an IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. So with the help of IDE, the project development becomes easy. So here goes the package explorer. So we need to create a project for ourselves. So you can create a project by using right click, new. So as of now, we are creating Java project. So click on Java project and give title for Java 0630.
Did you say Juno, Eclipse?
Yes.
Your latest one, it's showing Eclipse Neon.
Okay, maybe Neon also launched then. Then you can use Neon also. If you need to configure Java 8 at least over there. Let me.
Okay.
So you need to download for your operating system according to the architecture, that is 32-bit or 64-bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. 64-bit.
Here goes. Neon, okay. 64-bit. So it's up to your choice. Eclipse, Juno, Mars, Neon. But every Eclipse has should have Java already installed on your machine. And this latest Eclipse will ask for latest version of Java, maybe Java 8 at least. These are zip files, so you need to extract them and use them. No need to install this Eclipse on your machine. So I gave a title for our project, core Java, and our timing, demos, then go next, finish. So this is our project, and let me show you expanding it. So this is source where you are going to write all Java programs, There is some disturbance from your end, Subrato. Can you please mute at your end? Yeah, now it's clear. If you have any doubts, you can unmute and raise your queries. We will be writing Java programs in source. So give a right click on this source. Go create a package first. Package. So I am creating a package name com.java.core.demos. So this is my package name, and inside this package I am going to create my classes. So right click, new. So Java class. So we are looking into an example overloading. So I'll write test drive overloading demo. So you can see, if you want, you can launch main method directly inside it. As of now, I will not launch any main method. I will write for you. Then finish. So this is my test drive overloading demo class, and inside this class I am writing main method. So main method public static void main string args. So main method I have written. So all the code goes here. Yes. So here you can see the package section. So prior to package section, we can write documentation section. Write a program to demonstrate method overloading in Java. So this is what we are going to do.
Sorry to interrupt. It's asking two options actually. One is for Java developers and one is for Java EE developers. So I don't need the other one, right?
We
EE
need Java
developers.
EE. We need Java EE, so that you can create web applications, enterprise applications in that.
Okay. So I'll install Java EE then.
Okay. Fine. So here, so what I am doing is I am writing an example here. I am creating a class with the name sites. So in this sites, so what I am doing is I am calculating the sum of the sites for a shape. So here, maybe triangle, rectangle, we have various shapes, right? So I'm just calculating the sum of sides over there. So I write here side 1, similarly side 2, and side 1, side 2, and here I calculate the sum of sides. So I say void sum of sides. In this sum of sides, so I am calculating side 1 plus side 2, and I am storing the result in a variable total, and Here I am displaying. So system.out.println. System.out.println is sum of, so two sides is nothing but total, and of course a semicolon at the end. So I am done with my program. So I have written a class sides and I have calculated sum of sides of two sides. So in my test drive main method, what I am going to do is create an object for the above sides class. So how do we do that? Sides object equals to new sides, and using this sides object, so sides object dot, you can see whenever you click a dot after the reference variable, that is after an object, immediately the Eclipse will show a content assist. So whatever the box it is showing is known as content assist. It is showing you the various members that are available inside this sides object. So side 1, side 2, you can see side 1, side 2, and there are many methods here, equals, get class. These things are default methods that are inherited from other class. We will see what these inherited methods are soon when we are discussing inheritance concept. So I am using sum of sides. So you can see sum of sides. Yes. Then simple. Save this program and run this program. To run this program, go run as Java application. You don't need to compile, execute by using the command Java C Java. Instead, right click, run as Java application. So here goes the sum of sides is 0. So because I did not give the value for side 1 and side 2. So let me give values 2 and 3. 2 and 3. And I saved the program and re-execute, and I can re-execute either by clicking a shortcut here, run, or right click, run as Java application. And here goes the sum of two sides. Yes, I got the sum of two sides. So what happens during execution is JVM launches into main method, creates an object for sides, then access the sum of sides. So you can see here, when the sum of sides is accessed, then the code associated with this method is called add a row, and here goes the sum stored in the container total and being displayed, and that result is shown. So that is how execution goes. Now my intention is, in this sides class I would like to calculate sum of three sides, which means the thing is I need to calculate sum of, so my method, the existing method is calculating sum of two sides. Similarly, I would like to calculate sum of three sides. Then I can write void sum of, so we can write something like sum of three sides method. One way. So writing sum of three sides, because if I write again sum of sides, then here it will throw an error. So the error is duplicate method sum of sites in the type sites class. So you cannot write the same method name again. So in that case, you need to write sum of 3 sites like this. Then you need to calculate the sum of sides here. So side 1 plus side 2, side 3, and that you are storing in a variable total, and then you are displaying this sum. So system.out.println shortcut is SYS, system OUT, out, sysout we call it. Sysout, and give a control space together. You can see Eclipse will automatically expand that as system.out.println. And inside this, can write a message sum of 3 sides is nothing but this. So here you need to memorize one method and second method also to know the behaviors that are present in the class. So the number of methods like this increases and you need to memorize all the methods. So these are the methods present in my class sites. Instead, why cannot we use the same method name here? Because if you see the functionality what we are doing is similar. That is finding the sum of sides, and here also finding the sum of sides here, whereas it is calculating sum of 3 sides and here it is calculating sum of 2 sides. So why can't we use the same method name? Yes, we can use. So we can use sum of sides, sum of sides, and here it will throw the error. So to avoid that error, we need to make some changes to this method signature. So here the changes are, I am adding a parameter over there. So here let me correct the spelling over there, side 1. So if you observe here, I just saved the program and there are no errors now. So what is happening is I have used the same method name, and what I did is I added a parameter to this method name, and that parameter is side 3, and I am performing the sum here and store it in the variable total. So to achieve method overloading, we need to make changes at 3 levels. It's not like all the 3 levels are to be implemented in the same class. We can do any one of these 3 changes. That is, number of arguments for the method should be different. So when you apply this particular change, then JV will not complain that there is a duplicate method in your class. So here the number of arguments are 0, and here the number of arguments are 1. That is, the first change is number of arguments should be different. Let me copy this and put here for your reference. 0 arguments method and 1 argument method. So similarly, we can write another method by applying change, the second change here. So my second change is the type of argument should be different. So here, right. So type of argument should be different. Yes. So I am going to show you how to achieve this type of argument should be different. So what I'll do is I can use this method code I'm just copying it instead of typing. Copy, paste. Yes. Look there, when I save this, it is complaining about this method. This. So here it says duplicate method sum of sides with the integer argument. So it is not complaining about this method. It is complaining about these two methods, you can see. So it says that sum of sides method with integer argument is already existing. So to get this, what I'm doing is the type of the argument I should change. So I will change the type of the argument here to float. Save it. And side 3 becomes float, and float plus integer results to float. So I need to change the type of the container here to float. That's it. I'm done, and there are no errors. Now what I'll do is I'll try accessing this. So I should have displayed that sum of sides with 3 sides also in the previous execution. Let me do it now. Sides object, over there you can see you don't need to type the whole reference variable name. Just type few characters and give control space. It will automatically fill that. Dot. So sum of sides, you can see I am writing sum of sides both here, integer. So I pass value 4. Similarly, sides object control space dot sum of sides float. Here I give 0.5. After it's a float value, you need to add a suffix f to the value. Right. I'm done. Now I'll execute this for you and explain the result. So you can click on this run button, and here goes the result. So here the result is, so sum of two sides, of course 5, we have already seen the result. So what is happening when you execute the program, JVM launches into main method, creates an object for this, then the first statement here among these calculations, that is sum of sides. So in this case, which method is going to execute, what code of the method is going to bind with this call? There are 3 sum of sides methods you can see here. Among these 3, this is highlighted by JVM. I mean to say Eclipse. Eclipse is highlighting this. So here, this one. So side 1 plus side 2, 2 plus 3 is 5. And you can see 5 is being displayed. Let's go. Sum of sides with integer as the argument. So I select this, and Eclipse is automatically highlighting sum of sides and integer as the argument. So here goes side 1 plus side 2. 2, 3 plus side 3 value I passed as 5. Sorry, 4. So 2 plus 3 plus 4. And we got the result here 2 plus 3 plus 4, and that result is being displayed. And here goes. Right. Now sum of sides with the float value as the argument. So here you can see float value. So among those 3 sum of sides method, Eclipse is intelligently highlighting sum of sides method with the float as the argument. And here goes the sum, and this place here, and this is the sum of the 3 sides. So here if you observe, the sum of sides method both are having one argument, single argument. whereas the argument is integer here and the argument is float here. That is the type of the argument, the data type of the argument should be different. This is what we achieved. Then let me go third change. Order of the argument should be different. So let me copy, paste here and comment. So order of the arguments should be different. To achieve this, we need to have void sum of sides method So what I'll do is here, I am creating two arguments here, side 4, side 5. And here I am calculating the sum. So side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, and total. And I am displaying the total. Customer total println. Here the sum of 4 sides, what I'll write is int, comma, int. I'll put that in brace. Total. Save it. Side 3, oh sorry, I have to give side 3, side 4. Side 3, side 4. And I'll write another method, sum of sides. Sum of sides. I'm just copy pasting. So here goes. When I copy pasted, JVM is complaining that duplicate method with the sum of sides, integer and integer arguments. So here we need to address. So it is two methods, two arguments here, two arguments here. Instead, what I'll do is float I'll make. And when I make float, then obviously the sum should be float. Yes. Here goes integer and float. I'm done, and let me invoke this. So sum of sides object, that is sides object, control space dot sum of sides. Let me go integer. So what I'll do is 4, 5. I give two sides. Similarly, sides object dot sum of sides integer, float. So here goes. So I'll give values 3, and the next value is 4.5f, indicating float. Yes, I'm done. Now I'm executing this and I'll show you how internally JVM is going to execute. So I press the button. Here I got the result. So we are already familiar with these three executions. So I'll take you to this. So sum of sides with integer argument. So if you go, JVM is automatically highlighting this with integer argument. And here goes, it calculates the sum and displays it. Whereas next execution, sum of sides with the 3, 4.5. This piece of code gets highlighted and summation and being displayed here. And here goes the result. So here, if you observe, in these two methods particularly, there are two arguments in each method here, and the order of the arguments in this method are, the order is integer and integer, whereas here the order is integer and float. So that's what change in the order of the arguments. So if you are implementing this change in the order of the arguments, it means that you are achieving overloading in your program. So with the help of overloading, you no need to memorize various method names in the class. Instead, one method name, if you remember, then it's enough. And these, of course, arguments you can easily trace out because Eclipse is going to highlight or show you in the content assist what type of method are you going to access, how many arguments method, 0 arguments, 1 argument, 2 arguments, the type of the arguments, order of the arguments. So totally we need to remember only one method from this. This will reduce the burden of memorizing multiple methods present in a class, and the things become easy for program. So that is the main purpose of method overloading. And if you observe in our sample, we already applied this overloading to our constructors. So here you can see there are two constructors here, rectangle constructors. One is having two arguments, the other one is having one argument, sorry, 0 arguments. So that is we are achieving overloading in constructors, and those three rules, that is the number of arguments are different. So one is having 2, the other one is having 0. So that is how we achieved overloading using constructors in our previous session. Fine. So here, so I'm done with that sample actually. I just want to highlight why we are giving a suffix f indicating float value. So here, if you don't indicate f, so assume I removed that f over there. Yeah, I have removed already. Now, so observe that the method sum of sides integer in type sides is not applicable for the arguments double. So observe that. So 0.5 f if you use, that is a decimal value and it is float, the JVM treats as. Once you remove the suffix f, then the real values or decimal values are by default considered as double data type in JVM. So that is why it is highlighting an error that I don't have any method with double as the argument in my class. So I have only float. So that is why you need to give f over there. If you skip, then JVM will try to assume it as double value and it is expecting double type of data type over there. So for this reason, you need to give f. And second reason is memory. So when we are giving f, that is float, so float occupies 4 bytes of memory and double occupies 8 bytes of memory. So over there, assigning of memory also varies depending upon the value what you are passing. So depending upon the data type that is used in your program. So, is that clear? Are you able to follow what overloading is and how overloading can be achieved using constructors as well as methods?
Yeah.
Fine. Give me a moment. I need to plug in charger to my mobile. 1 minute.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Yes, I am back and we shall continue. So, before getting into other concepts, let me highlight the naming conventions that we have been using in Java. Search where keys. That is missing. Maybe it should be in another notepad. Just searching for it. me write for you. It should be in one of my notepads. Okay. So somewhere constructors we have done, overloading we have done, and let me write here. Today's date is 21. Naming convention. Java. So the thing is, I have been writing the class name, method names, and if you observe in our sample, I am using a mixing case like my class name test drive rectangle. You can see it is having a case like it is beginning with uppercase, and here you can see another uppercase letter, an uppercase letter, and constructors I begin with uppercase. Then method I begin with smaller case, and here it is having a combination of a lower as well as uppercase. C lowercase, A uppercase. So I am talking about that naming convention. So how do we write a method name? How do we write a class name? And so on. So let me highlight, and this is very important to you, and you need to practice the same thing when you are writing Java programs. So the classes, so we have components in Java like classes and interfaces. Interfaces, of course, we have not yet seen. Soon we will see, and these interfaces begin with uppercase. And if there are multiple words, every second, third words begin with uppercase. So that's what. In my class, test drive rectangle, if you see a rectangle demo, so R capital letter, that is, my class name has two words, rectangle and demo. So the first letter in the class should be uppercase, and demo, that is second word in the same class name, should be uppercase, so that it would be easy to you to figure out, easily readable. So uppercase, they begin with uppercase, and if there are multiple words, then every second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on words begin with uppercase. Similarly, methods. So methods, so what I'll do is I will copy this, paste here. They begin with lowercase actually, lowercase. And if there are multiple words, every second, third words begin with uppercase. So here, let me give some examples. So my first application, this is my class name. Similarly, test drive rectangle demo and so on. So methods, for example, calculate area. You can see beginning with some smaller case, and second word area with uppercase. Similarly, suppose get max age of animal. Assume this is the method. Get max age of animal. You can see beginning with lowercase, then every second, third, fourth words are beginning with uppercase. So on, like this. Similarly, classes, interfaces, package name. So package name begins with lower but better say all in lowercase. So all the letters in the package would be in lowercase. So for example, com.java.core.demos. These are the package names. All are in lowercase, you can see. Similarly, so we are done with package. Then constants. So constants we write so all in uppercase. Uppercase. Example, uppercase. So example, float high value, that is 3.14. Yeah. Similarly, the maximum strength int maximum strength in the class, maximum strength 50, assume maximum strength in my class. So over there maximum strength are separated by underscore. So you can use underscore also for separation just to enhance the readability. So I am done with constants, packages, variables. I missed variables. Let me add variables here. Variables as well as methods together can be used like this. We begin with lowercase and this type of case is having another name, that is camel case, we call it as. Camel case. Right. Camel. And let me save this. And variable name example can be given here. So maybe age of person, int age of person equals to 60. So here you can see age of person begins with lowercase, O uppercase, person P uppercase. So this is the naming convention. Generally this topic can be under coding standards. Java programming coding standards, under coding standards, and this is very important to you. By looking at the titles of your classes, methods, one can easily figure out how expert you are. So please follow this convention. Stick on to this in your mind. Then, while talking about the test drive rectangle, these examples, I missed one thing. So let me add that thing. There are setter methods we have seen, right? Setter methods to set value. So I'm just opening maybe. Right. So I am taking you back to our rectangle examples. So here goes. So class rectangle. So what I'll do is I'll copy this program and put in my Eclipse. I copy the program, class name, go create a new class here in my same package, new, that is paste here. That is better. I need to create a class then paste. Class, and here goes put enter rectangle 1. Finish. So what I'll do is I'll copy this code completely into my Eclipse. Copy this. I copy, and here what I'll do is I'll paste here. So I got this piece of code, and so what it is happening here is, let me take you to main method. Rectangle object being constructed. So let's see what rectangle class has here. It has length breadth declaration setter methods to set length and breadth, then calculate area to calculate the area and display that, and here set length set breadth, then calculate area is being invoked, and let me execute this one for you. 120. So my set length set breadth are giving 12 and 10 respectively for length and breadth. So what I'll do is here we have been showing the calculated area, and this time display the state of the rectangle object. So how do we display rect object? Rect object dot throw length. So dot length will display length. So what I'll do is I can store that here like this. Similarly, int breadth equals to rect object dot breadth, and I can display here system.out.println length. The length is nothing but this L. Similarly, I can copy this, paste here, and mention for breadth. The breadth is B. And I save this program, execute for you, and it will display 12 and 10 for length and breadth. Of course, length is 12 and 10. So the thing is here, if you observe, rectangle object dot length and rectangle object dot breadth. So in this case, it means we are accessing the members, that is variables length and breadth, directly using a dot operator. I would like to access the state of the object through methods like setter methods, set methods. So what the set methods are doing, they are allowing the programmer to initialize the length and breadth through them. Similarly, we can do obtain the value of the length and breadth. So what I am doing is I am writing here. So what it is, obtain the length of the rectangle. So how do we do that? I can write a method get length, body, method body, and here return length, simple, return length, and of course length is of integer type, so give integer as the return type of the method, and similarly get breadth, obtain breadth of the, that is nothing but get breadth. So open brace close, here goes return B, sorry, breadth. And of course the return type is it, so let me put it. So now what I will do is, I am going to obtain this length and breadth like this. So what I'll do is, I'll put this code for you for reference and I'll comment it. Now I go add new statements. So here, instead of directly getting length, use get method, get length. And similarly, get breadth. Get breadth. Get breadth. And I execute for you. Of course, it will display 120 with a 12 and 10 as length and breadth. So here, in my rectangle class, to set the state of the rectangle object, we use setter methods. Similarly, to access the values of the state of rectangle object, we can use getter methods. So here, get methods, get length, get breadth. So these set methods have a name, setter methods we call it as. Similarly, for get methods, we call them as getter methods. You need to remember this. Getter methods. So there are alternative names. Setter methods are also known as mutators. Similarly, getter methods are also known as accessors. So please remember the alternate names. Mutators and accessors. So setter methods and getter methods. Now if you observe our rectangle class completely, right from here to here, so it has members like variables and methods, member variables and member methods. Variables denoting the state of rectangle object. So here this state can be controlled using setter methods. So we are using set length, set breadth and initialize the value. Similarly, if you want to obtain length and breadth of a rectangle object, then you can go for getter method, obtaining. So writing the piece of code in a class like this is nothing but encapsulation, we call it as. So under OOPS concepts, we have been looking through class, object, encapsulation. And this is what the rectangle class can be treated as an example for encapsulation. Writing all the code in one unit is known as encapsulation. We can treat the Java classes as examples for encapsulation. So all the Java classes have member variables and member methods, and member variables can be accessed as well as controlled using member methods. So this I missed and I just want to add this also to our programs, that is get. How do we obtain a value by using method, using return type. So that's for today and I would like to wind up my session. So before closing my session, do you have any queries? Yes.
Yeah, this I downloaded Eclipse.
Okay.
And on the left hand side, actually, when you right click,
Uh-huh.
there are several options, right? when you do a new, there are various options
Yeah.
like Java project,
Right.
package,
Right.
class.
Right. Right.
So what I did was I selected the Java project name.
Right.
So is that all right to start with?
Right.
Or should we select something
Right.
else?
Right. Right.
Okay. So so when we select the Java project option, uh,
So, Prithu, there is a breakage in your voice. After selecting Java project,
okay. Oh, is it? Okay. So after selecting Java project, it asks for a project
name.
name,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Name. Provide.
then in the second option, it basically gives some more, few more things basically. So again, should we select Java for that because there are so many options? So just wanted to
I
check.
believe Java is already selected by default. Java version over there. It's already selected. So you don't need
So many
to.
settings like in the package okay.
Uh,
In the package explorer, you mean?
uh,
There's a package explorer.
yeah. Yeah. Package
That
Explorer.
window, the top
Yes, left side.
node is package explorer node.
Yes, Package Explorer View. We call it as Package Explorer View.
So under that, there are various projects. Yeah. So under that, yeah. So under that, there are various projects. Okay.
There should be only one project for you because you created one project, right?
Yeah. So so when you select a new Java project, yeah, that's right. There's a but before actually selecting for the project, there were several other options like Java project, Java web project,
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
EJB,
uh-huh,
those kind of options.
uh-huh. Yes, if you are developing any web application or
Okay,
enterprise
but
application, you will
sure.
be using.
I mean, at the moment, I've just selected a Java project.
Because as of now, we are working on core Java. So we
Yeah,
will be
and there is
selecting
a
Java.
generic project as well. What? Mhm. Okay.
If you are choosing Java, EJB
All
project,
right. And there was an option. There was just a option called project uh, beside Java project.
yeah,
So what is that? What do you know?
you can show. I'll show you here. Right click, new, new.
A
So
general project.
if you say project
Yeah.
here, here it's a filter out of various projects.
Mm-hmm.
What type of project you are looking for? You can search here. Java. It's a filter kind of thing. Or dynamic web project. So dynamic web project. You can see DY. It is showing.
Okay.
So it allows you to search over there.
Yeah. So yeah. If you okay. Yeah. If you remove the DY characters.
That's what it's a filter kind of thing. Search over there, wizard. Which project are you want to open? Then you need to give those characters. Right? Suppose
Okay.
if I want to give Java, you can see all
Uh,
these projects which begin with the
okay. I think
JAV are shown there.
yeah. There is a Java project, and there is a Java project under Java folder.
Uh-huh.
So what's the difference between these two? There is a Java project on the top, and there is a Java project under Java folder. Okay, I think this is just the option. Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
that's it.
all right.
It's showing you on top. That's it. The
I think they're
same.
the same thing, right?
Same.
It's just categorized
Yes,
on the top.
categorize.
Okay,
Right.
okay, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yep.
Fine, fine. All right, Ananya.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Ananya, you can have a discussion with
Okay, bye.
Fine.
Mehboob. Maybe
Hello,
Said,
sir.
Said wants to talk to you. Yeah, yes, Said. Uh,
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir.
very good.
Good morning, Ananya. Good morning, Subrato.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, sir, the next class is on Tuesday, right? That
Right.
would be like Monday for USA and Sunday, Monday night for
Yeah,
Subrato.
I'm okay with that. Guys,
Right.
are you also okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Fine then. I'll upload this video for you on same channel.
Okay, sir. Okay. Then the next class will be on Tuesday,
Uh,
India Tuesday.
yeah. I noted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine then.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank
Okay.
you, Ananya. All right. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Bye,
Okay.
Subrata. Bye, sir.
Have a happy weekend.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
You too.